why is the economy and, to some extent, the culture of Hartford and West Hartford so different when people are so similar? Okay, there's no great difference in resources. If anything, Hartford has more natural resources, got that river, and yet Hartford has been on a decline for about 50 years. West Hartford has been on an upswing. Well, I trace it to government. Differences in government, and this has plagued city after city. Cities have come to try to extract. They have a lot of wealth to pull from, and they tend to do it for their own programs, some of which are good, some of which are not so good. But they take advantage of citizens and businesses more than suburbs, which tend to just want their citizens and their businesses to be free and flourish and not extract. Big difference. You end up with cities that are much more restrictive on education. Hartford has boundaries that your average kid can't cross because the Hartford school system doesn't let broad choice take over. The kids in West Hartford don't really want to cross. Their schools are a lot better, and so there's no need. So this happens in business too. Hartford having a fairly high tax rate on its businesses, and it affects small businesses very badly. Hartford can't tax. This is very unfortunate, and I'm a candidate for state office who would like to see an immediate change. Hartford can't tax fairly because so much of its property is untaxable right now. It's exempt because it's a religious institution, ornate, highly valuable churches that don't pay any taxes on their real estate. Hartford also has ornate, highly valuable state buildings, for which it's a very small tax. There's a program called Pilot for payment in lieu of taxes. And you end up having Hartford, which is housing state government buildings, only to be able to have less money to function because of this statewide pilot program. That should be at an end. Now, I think a lot of these government buildings ought to be sold to private interests, because most buildings are less and less useful now that we've discovered the beauties of work from home. And now that fewer people need to commute, we shouldn't be pushing them into Hartford, polluting, being more stressful. And with it, Hartford will have businesses that still flourish, very likely small businesses. Big business, that's probably on the way out. Don't expect even nice New York firms to come here and occupy lots of downtown Hartford buildings. Lots of small little offices, maybe. They're coming in part for the individuals who want to see good schools. Oh, here's a good school. Also on the West Hartford side, private school. Private that Hartford should have much more of because its kids will flourish. Hartford deserves to have old-fashioned governance, which was minimal governments. Protect people from things that are truly unsafe, and otherwise leave people alone. Let their businesses flourish. Let their homes be regulated by homeowners who want to keep their property in good shape. Here's a home that's been done well. It is on the Hartford side, and it's become a place of many small businesses. Good for them. 682 Prospect at Cone. Good for lots of things in Hartford that could be an awful lot better if people woke up to realizing that suburbs tend to govern better. It doesn't matter who the people are, it's the system. I'm Mark Stewart, more on the differences between suburbs and cities that can be overcome and should, with the help of the next legislature, not be harmed. I'm candidate to be in that legislature. I'm the 1st District challenger. I hope especially you who live in Hartford will pass this video along.